extremely special is in this foam. I mean, if you know what it is, let's see if you can guess. Burger Motorsports uses one exactly like this. Don't get me wrong, I don't know if it's off with the silicone plug, and this silicone plug, it's like it was made for this.
Perfect.
If you're new here, welcome to the AutoLess YouTube channel. If you're already an AutoLess family member, thank you. And what's swinging, gang? Today, we're back on Olivia. If you missed the video last week, I was showing you guys the King Racing rod bearings we put in Olivia, which is my LCI 740 Li BMW. I think she might be the first 7 Series with King Racing bearings, but we're getting ready to turn the boost all the way up on this 7 Series. I mean, upgraded high pressure pump, upgraded turbo, and a lot of other upgrades. But I left you guys on the cliffhanger last week about the PCV system and how blowing all of that oil inside your intake and turbo is so bad. If you didn't catch the YouTube short, I'm gonna leave a link for the YouTube short that has a lot more information for that as well in the link down below. But let's get right back into where we left off so I can show you guys what I was planning and what I did.
A few moments later.
So these are some parts that still need to be installed on Olivia. You can see her OE catalytic converter is there because she has a down pipe, she has a charge pipe, but the boost pipe is still here. The front mount intercooler is still here, and something extremely special is in this foam. I mean, if you know what it is, let's see if you can guess. Put it down in the comments if you can guess what's in this foam case here. But man, it's gonna blow your mind when you see that and see how much it upgrades Olivia from the factory. But also, I have another oil filter housing, because the one that this is the one I originally wanted, and they didn't have it available when I ordered it. They only had red, blue, and champagne, and I don't want her engine to be like pizzazzy like Sasha's engine. You know, Sasha's gonna have a black and gold theme on her engine, so I want Olivia engine to be like, you know, sleeper, because that's my daily. So I'm gonna swap this out as well and take the champagne one off. But I can't wait to show you guys what's in this foam box, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, as you can see, this current setup is being used for testing only. The catch can will remain the same, but the hose routing will be routed a little different, as in the breather will be routed lower under the car so no fumes get pulled into the AC system. I have a custom built oil catch can on my N55, and it was so easy to do this. Like, they don't make, I mean, no one makes a catch can for the F10, the 5 Series, the 6 Series, or the 7 Series N55. You know, if you have a 3 or 4 Series, you know, everyone makes catch cans for it. But this was so easy and cheap, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I did everything. Let me just pull this engine cover off. Okay, now that the engine cover is off, you can see a lot of the mods and a lot of the things that we did last video. As in, it's a brand new valve cover gasket. You can't really see the downpipe in the oil pan gasket where we dropped the oil pan to pop the rod bearings in, but believe me, they're in there. If you want to see it, definitely check the video link down below. But this was so easy, you know, to do, and it only takes a couple of parts. I mean, it's less than $30 worth of parts, I believe, you know, if I'm not mistaken. You know, this is a oil catch can I purchased on Amazon, and if you're wondering why this oil catch can looks so familiar, because Burger Motorsports uses one exactly like this. Don't get me wrong, I don't know if they're buying the same catch can and etching their little logo in the top or what, but it looks exactly like this. Also, I made a custom bracket and used an existing hole. You see it's a hole there and it's a hole there, and put a E36 valve cover nut on the top, so you know it makes it look a little better, you know. And I painted a little paint on it so it doesn't rust the chassis, well, rust the front apron. But also, when you, this water pump to thermostat hose needs replacing. You can tell it needs replacing when the plastic starts to turn brown from many heat cycles. It's already on order. But when I bought this, it was empty. You know, it doesn't come with any like it comes with a small baffle, which I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you pictures right here. But what I did to upgrade that is I added stainless steel scrubber pad, the stainless steel scrubber mesh down in the bottom. In case any oil gets down in the bottom, it will like accumulate rather than, you know, oil up this VTA, because as you can see, it's a VTA setup, you know. So I'm gonna put down in the description links for all of these parts so you guys can order it. This is a 3/4 inch silicone hose, and silicone and oil doesn't mix whatsoever, because it'll permeate right through the hose. It'll start to sweat and the hose will get nasty and greasy. But without the intake pulling on this crankcase vent here, it doesn't pull oil in there. It pulls an oily vapor through, so about as much is going to pass through here is an oily vapor, not actual oil itself, because it's not enough suction on the PCV system itself. And also, as you can see, I plugged the intake off with a silicone plug, and this silicone plug, it's like it was made for this. It's crazy how tight it sits, you know. But the main thing which make this system work so easy on Olivia is because with her system, she didn't have a heated PCV drain on the PCV outlet hose for the intake. If you pop this little PCV outlet off of here, it's a little like crinkle hose that goes down to here, and it's a little plug. As you can see, I have my plug, you know, taped off, and I put some marine style heat shrink with the adhesive in it to keep it clean in case I need to use it. But that was actual dummy, you know. Mine was all plastic. It didn't have a heating element. As you can see from these pictures, Olivia's PCV hose didn't come with pigtail connectors or the heating element inside. Wasn't even reading from the computer or anything, so I was able to delete it without the computer knowing that I even unplugged it. This should still catch any oily vapor and run fresh air to the intake. But for me turning the boost up, I want to get rid of any chance of any oil getting in my intake tract or the turbo. As you've seen from the YouTube short, it's horrible. It's horrible. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pop this off and put the black one on, and then I'm gonna show you exactly what's in that box. Now this looks so much better in my opinion. It has that nice stealthy look, and I haven't even put the engine cover back on yet, but it has that nice stealthy look. You know, it's no champagne or bronze big piece of metal just sitting there, which I mean it blended in a little, you know, especially with the brass sensor back there. Oil temp sensor. But this just looks a lot better, you know, having it, you know, gloss black or satin black to match with the catch can, the factory support bars and things like that. You know, I mean, it just sets it off for me, you know. So I'm gonna leave it exactly like that. And for this one, you know, I'll just save it for a, you know, maybe for another build or something like that, because I have a couple of different N55 parts, you know, like an extra charge pipe, extra boost pipe and things like that. And another thing I'm waiting on, the main reason why I didn't put the front mount intercooler on yet is because, like I told you guys, this entire turbo intake tract is full of oil. And if it doesn't have oil in it, it has oil film in it. I don't want to put anything new on this car until I can make sure I can replace the oily parts with new parts. You know, I might have to rewash. I'm gonna have to wash the charge pipe out. I might have to wash the charge pipe out, you know, because it might be oil in it. It might have oil in it. I only had it on for a couple of months, but who knows. But now that the car is getting fresh air circulated through the entire intake track and turbo track, since this is plugged off and it's a catch can on it, you know, I can actually, you know, enjoy the car more, you know, without oil dumbing down the octane, because that oily vapor will definitely kill your octane and cause the computer to retard time and to adjust for the less than desirable, you know, combustion mixture. So I mean, it's just not oil just being a nasty thing to be in your intake track. It actually robs the car of power as well. So yeah, I'm waiting on that lower charge pipe, you know, because I have the upper charge pipe, and they make a lower charge pipe too that connects from the intercooler up to the aluminum upper charge pipe. That way the entire turbo slash intake system will be, you know, aluminum. Anything that boost is going through will be aluminum, you know, and free of oil. And that way I don't have to worry about getting oily residue inside my new front mount intercooler, stopping that from being able to, you know, do its job, which is exchange heat. That's what it is, a heat exchanger. You know, with that oily residue on the inside, you know, it can't do its job. And here it is. I almost don't want to touch it, but I'm gonna take this off for you guys to see the entire wheel. That is gorgeous. And yes, yes, Olivia is not a M car, as a M7 doesn't exist, but she is an M Sport. Sasha comes with this steering wheel from the factory since she's a true M car, but the M Sports do come with M steering wheels, it's a little different here. But I like this steering wheel a lot more than the one that comes in the F10 35i M Sport, or the F12, F13, or F06 640 M Sport. You know, this is a lot nicer. And you would think, since BMW put a different steering wheel in the M Sport models, you would think that Olivia would have a M Sport steering wheel. But she doesn't, as you can see. She has an M on the steering wheel, and she has the M seal plates and stuff like that, but this steering wheel is hideous. You know, let me pull this camera back a little more. This might be the ugliest steering wheel in BMW history. And I think BMW will, I think I read that BMW didn't want to change this steering wheel to the more sportier steering wheel only in the 7 Series because it was their flagship luxury car. So you would think they would put the better steering wheel in it. This steering wheel is hideous. It looks like an old man's car. No offense to old guys, but I mean, when I say old guys, I mean old guys that don't even drive anymore because they're not legally able to drive. That's what I mean by old man's car. You know, old man steering wheel. But this has to get the hell out of this car. I mean, you cannot have this steering wheel sitting in front of the digital dash. I mean, no way in hell. So we're gonna get that out. I'm waiting on the airbag to pop in, and then we're gonna change this steering wheel out too. Also, I have so much other stuff too that I have coming aesthetic wise for Olivia. She's gonna look like a totally different car when all the parts are in. But when I install this steering wheel, guys, I'm gonna tell you exactly how much I paid for this steering wheel for Olivia. I mean, and it will blow your mind. And I don't mean blow your mind as, oh, it's half the price of a brand new one at the dealership. No. This steering wheel, in the condition it is now, as you can see, it's not a mark on it. This steering wheel right here you're looking at is half the price of a POS steering wheel out of the junkyard, literally. And I bet you wondering how they're able to sell it that cheap. But I'm gonna let you know, and I'm gonna have links for that also when the airbag comes in and I install the steering wheel. So make sure you look out for that. So the parts we need are on order. Like I told you guys, the tune is already on the car. Well, the tuning software is already on the ECU. I'm just waiting on this lower charge pipe and I think one more thing to come in so I can go ahead and finish bolting those things on. Then we can put all of that stuff on. And before I upgrade the high pressure fuel pump and the turbo, I'm gonna put her on the dyno to see exactly what she makes at the rear wheel, because Olivia is a rear wheel drive only car. She's not X drive, you know, so that should pop a little bit more power to that rear wheel. So that'll let you guys know exactly what a 7 Series make with those modifications done before we do the fueling and the extra boost modification. And then we're going on the turbo, on the dyno jet again with the upgraded turbo and turbo smart vacuum actuated waste gates and blow off valve. So I can't wait to see exactly what type of power she makes. And I still want her to be, as you know, a little docile for, you know, being a daily driven car, but she will be getting a custom tune. You know, she won't be running on any boot mod, upgraded turbo tune, anything like that. She'll be getting a custom tune. So she's definitely gonna make some good power. So like, share, and subscribe, and Auto Lust out.